Got 1 minute to go,
When
folks.
the
1 minute.
sun comes up in Linglestown, everyone is safe and sound. Look around, it feels like home. The flag is waving in the square. Take a moment, meet me there. Believe me, there's no need to roam. This blessed ground, this realm.
Let's roll! Get up to speed on all things local. Keep it close, keep it right. Hear the news, come alive tonight. One more turn, one more sign. We're on your side. It's time for the show. It's time for the show. Linglestown Gazette live. Let's go. It's time for the show. It's time for the show. Linglestown Gazette live. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to take a sedative. That gets me so fired up. That song is perfect for the start of any show, I think. Let me get this off of here. All right, welcome everybody. One more time, Linglestown Gazette Live, your one and only source for all things local here in Central Dauphin School District. Yeah, we're focused a lot on Lower Paxton Township, but we're now spreading our wings into West Hanover, Swatara Township. So we have 3 of the 7 municipalities covered to some degree and making great strides bit by bit. So welcome one and all. Of course, my name is Bill Bostic. As you see on the screen, also known as Mr. Roundabout. Of course, that happened last summer when all the crap hit the fan, whenever the township, with some money they got from a trucking company, fixed the roundabout curb, and within hours of doing that, a big section got blown out, and we had a summer of all roundabout news. So that's where that comes from. I'd like to welcome you to the show and give you a quick introduction of what we're going to be doing tonight. And our icebreaker is going to be an interesting one. Got a call from Harrisburg Magazine. Some of their categories they had stuffed in their file, never got out of the file. So they know that I'm in contact with a lot of people in the Harrisburg area every Monday night. So we have some new categories that they wanted to get out, and we're going to share those with you. Other than that, a number of things happening. We're going to be taking a look at tomorrow night's meeting of the Lower Paxton Township Supervisor, their third and final meeting of the month. Go over that and give you an idea what they'll be deliberating on. We're also going to take a look at the big, giant-sized public meeting that Linglestown Gazette is sponsoring this coming Thursday at the Linglestown Historic Venue. We're going to be looking at taking a deep dive into economic development, and our roundtable or our panel discussion is coming together. So I'm very, very happy about that. And there's some other things we'll do as well. Want to bring in first, we'll bring these 2 guys and quickly get the things rolling here. First of all, from, he spent his childhood and formative years in the Fishing Creek Valley, and he somehow survived that experience and now is graduated to Colonial Park and is now becoming an integral part of the Linglestown Gazette operation. Anthony Grillo, welcome to you.
Hey, thanks. Bill, what
Anthony?
internet service do you have?
Anthony.
Yeah, I'm here.
I have Verizon.
Well, you're freezing up.
You can't hear me?
Horrible.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh.
Your service is horrible
Okay,
out in that
thank you.
building. We're going to
Yeah,
work
I don't
on
know.
that.
I have And let's bring in our second co-host for tonight. He's going to be here for a couple segments. Joe Gilloway of This and That, the podcast. Joe, welcome to you.
I'm a regular contributor, Bill, not a co-host. Anthony's a co-host.
Hey,
okay,
Joe,
regular
isn't
contributor.
Now, if Anthony's off for a night, then I come in and I co-host. But
Joe, isn't his service horrible tonight?
I believe it is. Yeah, and I used to like try to inform him of that. Remember, Bill? And then I started feeling like I was getting on you too much. But yeah, it's kind of sticking and sounding like hollow, or not hollow, like metallic.
Yeah, it's like the Wi-Fi's freezing up when you're
Correct.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But for the most part, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it is kind of.
Well, it looks
annoying here.
fine. It looks fine on my end.
Okay.
All right.
That's all that
Well,
counts then.
The problem is I have no control over that.
That's all.
I have no control over all that.
All right.
So anyways, off to another rough start, and it's all because of some of my help. I do want to introduce the people that are along the side. The main guy that gets trouble is this
There's the
Ollie
problem.
Schminke. That's the problem. I can't find anyone that's better than him. I am working on his smoking, as I've said a few weeks ago. So we'll see what happens. We have our intern, Edna Crummaker. And Edna's going to be helping me here in just a few seconds with the Simply the Best. She has everything organized. My top volunteer, and I would say, I don't know, I had a title earlier in the day, but Lisa Hoyer plays a key role in this operation. That's Lisa. She now has a press badge, by the way.
Lisa does a great job.
She does. And we'll have a new one. We have a fourth person we're going to add to the mix, and we'll introduce him in just a few minutes during the sports report. So without further ado, Joe, you said you were going to come in hot and heavy with something for the icebreaker. What do you got for us?
Bill, I'm not introducing this because I think I heard the two of you discuss this, but you know what's gaining a lot of gathering momentum and growing wings and growing legs is this stormwater fee, which has been deemed to be a tax.
Okay.
Can we spend a few minutes on that? And I'll tell you why I think it's important. It's because it started out, it was a Supreme Court case, right? I think it was Westchester Borough versus, let's see.
Yeah,
Borough of Westchester
that was a few weeks ago.
This is actually, it was the end of April. But now everybody's saying, like Susquehanna Township and people in Lower Paxton Township, they're saying, well, we're not going to pay it either. If it's a tax, we don't want to pay it. Well,
Yeah.
How are
Well,
I'm just going to give you a general question. If entities like individual taxpayers or nonprofits, or if nobody wants to pay this stormwater fee anymore, or even if it is a tax, how will that service be provided?
Well, they can't just not pay it because it hasn't passed. It's not rule yet. I mean, it's still being fought. I brought it up to the solicitor. Well, I brought it up to the board last week because without that, that's a huge hit to our budget here in the township.
Right.
So I questioned them.
well, the authority's
with
budget.
the authority's budget, right? So I mean, that's a lot of money
Right.
coming into the authority that gets distributed. So the solicitor explained that it's still being fought out. I'm just paraphrasing in the courts, and that I know there was some postings about Susquehanna Township and also in another borough somewhere where they said they were going to start refunding monies, or what. They're not actually. They're not refunding any monies, and it's still a bill. It's still something that needs to be paid until it's finalized in townships and other boroughs.
I'm going to read this, and it's not much, Bill. The court held, the PA Supreme Court held that if a municipality is duty bound to provide a service for the public benefit, and in the absence of a voluntary contractual relationship between itself and those receiving the service, the associated charge is a tax and not a fee. This decision will dramatically impact municipalities' ability to raise sufficient revenue to comply with unfunded mandates from the federal and state governments. So, basically what that's saying is what I just asked you guys a couple of minutes ago. Who's going to fund these, foot the bill for stormwater management if it's deemed a tax and people say, well, then we're just not going to pay it?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and it's a big hit to many budgets, and that's something that hopefully they're looking at and working on to prepare for it. But
Yeah. if this
Eric
continues
Kessler
on,
said
and
if
there's
the
this
stormwater
question
fee
is
is rolled, Eric Kessler said if the stormwater fee is rolled illegal, then the general fund taxes will increase to fill the gap and then some. This stormwater control is a federal mandate passed down to all citizens.
And I trust Eric. He knows, he knows this stuff. So yeah, that makes sense too. So I don't want to, I knew you guys had addressed it before. I think you did. Anthony, I saw you address it with the solicitor last week. I just think it's gathering momentum, and I don't think it's reached a head yet. I think people are like kind of, up in arms. And if they hear illegal, or if they hear PA Supreme Court has backed taxpayers in any way, they're going to jump on that ship and ride it for a while. So that's what I'm seeing out there. Again, I watch too much Facebook, and I see these pages, and these people on these pages, they're just up in arms. The Susquehanna Township people, they're ready to just take their bills and rip them up. and I'm thinking, not so fast. Just because one guy, and the guy seemed like a really bright guy. I don't remember his name. What's that? This was on the Susquehanna Township neighbors page.
What people fail to realize with that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what people fail to understand is that case, the Westchester case, is Westchester against the Westchester University. The university is a nonprofit, so apparently they're saying that if it is a tax, they shouldn't be paying it. Now, citizens, it's different. We're not nonprofits. We have to pay taxes.
Nothing
so
in the
even if
in
it's
the ruling
declared a tax.
Correct.
Citizens would still.
You are correct, Bill. Nothing in the ruling protects individual taxpayers like the three of us.
It's
Eric
just like
and Bill.
I can. Right.
Bill, I
can tell you guys, the internet is bad. You guys are breaking up too, so we're
okay. Yeah, I don't. I think we addressed it to the degree.
Let's move into this.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section.
Let's get into the Harrisburg Magazine.
Okay.
And why they have a couple categories here that they want us to introduce. So, the first one is, I put it in my head like Johnny Carson, simply the best podcast. That's what they didn't get in the magazine. So I'll open it up here.
Great Carmack.
And it says, this and that, the podcast wins the best, simply the best.
Oh,
what?
Look at that.
And I inquired, I said,
congratulations.
why wasn't Linglestown Gazette?
Get out of here! I don't believe that's real.
No, it's
Yeah,
not real.
they
He's making
disqualified
that up.
Linglestown Gazette because I interact. I interact with fake people. They're not going to recognize Linglestown Gazette until I get rid of.
Phil, I guarantee you that.
Okay, next one is simply the best clean fill dump.
Well, this could be real.
Clean fill
Yeah,
dump.
this could be
Anthony.
real. I'm the only one in.
I want to tell you, you have some competition. You have some competition because that one is sealed and just open up a driver's. They have a bar there for them, a place for them to hang out. So
Where?
you have some competition. It is Riverview Clean Fill.
Yeah,
You're
there you
simply
go.
the best, Anthony.
Yeah,
Best
all
clean
right.
fill dump.
Wow, thank you.
You're with a couple.
You didn't hear about
big
the
shots
lounge
here
down there in
tonight.
Steelton.
Yeah, the one
Next
in
is
Steelton is
simply
full.
the best podcast co-host. Simply the best podcast co-host. Anthony Cristillo.
Oh,
You're the
two in
only
a
Man.
row.
you're the only co-host we have in Harrisburg. 2 in a row.
Wow.
Okay, the fourth and final one is yes, simply the best to come from the Fishing Creek Valley.
Oh,
my-
it's a
Simply
clean
the best to come
sweep.
from the Fishing Creek Valley. Gene Stilp is one of the winners.
Oh, okay,
What?
man, Anthony.
What?
Gene
Oh
Stilp.
my
You know
gosh.
Gene.
Yeah, he's
Well,
not the
yeah,
best.
Gene Stilp
one.
got the winner
He
here.
built the Statue
I
of
wanna
Liberty,
congratulate
Anthony.
Gene.
He didn't.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe
Now
he
this
beat me out.
picture, guys, this picture, guys, almost got me fired. Hanging out with Gene on the Capitol steps back in 2005, 2006. So
He's a
That's-
rebel
congratulations,
rouser, right?
Gene. You're quite a guy.
Yeah,
At
as
a
it should
minimum.
have.
Get me rid of that. And let's see, a couple of things coming up. I'm still looking for people to play golf with me on September 25th to benefit Nikki at what's the name of the place? Lavish Salon. And looks like my sidebar is already frozen, Anthony. Also, mark down your calendars. The Lower Paxton Chris Kindle Mart. They're advertising that already. Just Saturday, December 12th. If you live in West Hanover Township, you have a big day on August 27th. Can I get one? There's a ribbon cutting ceremony at their new municipal complex.
Oh, wow.
And maybe Linglestown Gazette will cover that. Yeah. That's on Old Jonestown Road, I believe. So all those things are coming up, folks.
You forgot
And,
the
that's about all I
Fall
have
Fest.
for that kind of stuff.
You forgot Fall Fest out at
Where's that at?
Maple Valley Acres.
October 3rd and 4th, I think it is. Yeah. Maple
just one day.
Valley
Yeah.
Acres, yes. October 3rd and 4th. And they
Okay.
have a great corn maze there, horse rides, tractors, food. You know, Anthony enjoyed it last year.
Yeah.
And Joe, you're
Had a
going to have
nice
to check
time.
that out. Maple Valley Acres.
Okay.
All right. The one thing I failed to do, and I'm going to get slapped, and I don't have my, I'm not going to take time to refresh my browser so that I can get the pictures, but we're brought to you by Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living. And we're talking about Simply the Best. They were what they call Reader's Choice Award winners.
No,
this
that's for
year
real,
in the
though.
Simply
That's
the
for
Best.
real.
That's for real. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we don't want
the
people
readers-
to think you made it up.
Hey, I thought those were real.
I know that's for real. I saw that they won that award.
Yeah, and I had to figure out what's Simply the Best, that those companies got the most votes. And like Blue Line and others that got the Reader's Choice, they got many mentions. So they get awarded that. It's not really second place. It's just saying, hey, they weren't the top vote getter, but they got many votes, and we're going to recognize them. So that's where Blue Line came in. And the other one, Marriott's Power Washing, also a sponsor of Linglestown Gazette, also was a Reader's Choice Award winner for the second year in a row. So congratulations to those guys, and glad to have winners associated with Linglestown Gazette Live. Before we move on, Anthony, do you have anything for the icebreaker tonight? Anthony,
No.
do you have anything for the icebreaker tonight?
No.
Okay.
Negative. Negative.
Okay, no problem. Negative. Yeah. All right, let's quickly move into sports. And our sports guy doesn't have anything,
No.
right, Joe?
No.
I tell you
Nothing.
what, Joe, talk about something with sports while I refresh my browser. I have to show a picture here.
Okay. Well,
Can you
we
fill in
failed
for
to-
me for a few seconds?
We failed to shout out the new "What's Your Opinion" show, which is a subsidiary of This and That, the podcast. Bill, we just have podcasts coming out of our ears here, and with the big This and That, the podcast Harrisburg Magazine victory, on the heels of that, we're going to roll out this new podcast, Bill. And what
Okay.
we're going to do here is every other Wednesday, we're going to do about 45 to 60 minutes. Okay. We're going to have 3 different topics. Like the first show is going to be on Wednesday, I think the 2nd or 3rd of September, whatever that Wednesday is. And the 3 topics will be flock cameras. These are all kind of like relative trending topics. Flock cameras, the good, the bad, the ugly about them. Is cash really king? You know, how we hear cash is king, and cash is getting pushed aside so much for credit cards and debit cards and all that. And I mean, I've gone on like weekend vacations where nobody's take cash. I don't even know why I have it.
I
So
hate that.
anyway, we're going to
I
talk
hate it.
about that.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that. And then the last one, the new Major League Baseball rules. New meaning in the last few years, starting the 10th inning with a runner on second base, 15-second pitch clock for the pitchers, and the appeal of balls and strikes. So it's going to be hopefully it's going to be fun. We're going to try to stay away from religion and politics. And I have two recurring guests, Chris Culbertson and John Herr, who have been on some of my podcasts before. And then we're going to bring in a third guest every 2 weeks as just kind of like a guest. The other guys will be recurring contributors, So, and Bill, I asked you before the show if you'd like to come on, if you would come on and join us one week, and you said that you would. So now you have to.
Yeah.
Bill, you're on a long delay, buddy.
Yeah.
unless you just don't care about.
No, well, we all are.
Okay. All right.
No, that's
So
fine.
that's it.
No, John Herr is the comedian. John
the
Herr is the
comedian.
comedian, right?
He just opened up at some conservative. He opened up for what's that guy Schneider? I don't know if it's Schneider. He's like a conservative comedian, like a world-renowned comedian. And John won an opportunity to open up for him out in Vegas, and that's a big deal.
Wow.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name. You guys we all would know him if we
Rob
heard his
Schneider?
name. Rob Schneider. Yeah. And John's a conservative Republican
know.
guy. But anyway, so we're gonna have John talk about that and stuff like that. So anyway, that's it. Bill, sorry to hijack your show there for a couple of minutes.
Oh no, I needed the help, but I want to introduce this young man, Aiden Rivera. No, that's a terrible picture, but Aiden
Bill.
just graduated from Central Dauphin High School last year. He's going to be the football reporter for the Rams.
Oh, that's awesome. Way to go, Aiden.
I mean,
Aiden,
the
we will
internet
get
here
you a
on my
better
end
photo
is
than that.
horrible.
We will get a better photo of Aiden than that, Bill. That's terrible.
Yeah, you do a much better job of that. That's the only photo I had today of Aiden. So
Okay. All right.
Then you have someone I
So, yeah.
said to reach out to you, Bill, about covering East High football.
yeah, they haven't gotten in touch with me yet.
They will.
So I may. Okay.
Well, that's
Yeah,
a big
I think
deal.
just as a safety thing, I'm going to reach out to Dwan Lee, it's the athletic director, isn't it? Dwan Lee.
Coach
Joe.
Dwan Lee.
I mean, the
Coach is
internet's
waiting to
really
hear
crappy
from you.
here.
He's waiting to hear from you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Your internet is.
I have it right here.
Terrible.
I think it's everybody. I think it's everybody. It's not doing very well here tonight. So Joe, thanks for your help this evening, and be
Thank
sure
you.
See you, Joe.
we'll
All right.
continue to promote your. We'll promote your podcast.
On the heels of the big victory, please do that. I'm so glad we won that. Thanks, guys. Congratulations on your wins, Anthony.
Oh, thank you. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
It's a big deal. I'll see you guys. Have a good one.
All right, Anthony,
Yeah.
what's happening here? Let's take a quick look at tomorrow night's meeting. How about that?
Yep.
I don't.
Sounds good.
Yep, tomorrow night's meeting. It looks like we have a resignation. Jay Purdy resigned as the vacancy board chairman a few weeks ago when he decided to throw his hat in the ring for interim supervisor. So it looks like he's going to continue to follow through with that vacancy, with that resignation, and they'll be voting on that tomorrow night. So if you
Okay.
want to get on that very, very important board, put your name in. The vacancy board will be needing a replacement.
Yeah.
And,
Something tells
Anthony,
me
are
they
you
already
going to
have somebody in mind.
Are you going to put your name in for the vacancy board?
Yeah, you know what? I think I may. I think
I
might
think it would
do
be a
that.
very good idea.
Maybe Catherine will
Um,
vote me in.
You never know. It could
Kathy.
be. I would start lobbying her right away.
Yeah.
And then we have a new business. This is very exciting. The township is going to be accepting a few streets. You know, the developers put these streets in, and eventually the township takes over and maintains them. So that's going to be happening.
All right.
And then we'll be hearing
There
about
were-
a proposal. And that. Go ahead.
Well,
What were you going to
wasn't
say?
there something on there about the supervisor's role is the liaison with certain departments?
Yeah, that's down. That's down further in the agenda.
Yeah, what was
But there's
that?
going to. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, let me just go through this. I can't find it real quick. I'm under a lot of pressure here trying to get this
All right.
show.
Calm down. Calm down.
They're going to be talking about a proposal, a boardroom equipment refresh project. Now, what is that? A boardroom equipment refresh project. We'll have to find out. I have no idea. They have the meeting room where we meet, but they also do have a boardroom not too far away from the big meeting room. So maybe they're doing something there. They're going to be approving some paving project money, about $30,000. It looks like. Let's see. Then I don't think you stayed last week. They had all those presentations from groups looking to get casino money for their nonprofits. I believe my guess is, as I look at the list, every one of those presentations are going to recommend that they move up to be considered by the county. So they're going to have some action on that.
Yeah, it looks like they all got through.
And then here's what you're talking about. Number 8.7, discussion regarding liaison structure between supervisors and the township departments.
Yeah, that's interesting to me, since all the supervisors except one has duties.
Yeah.
Can you guess which one doesn't do anything other than show up for pictures?
Photo opportunities. I would say Pamela Thompson.
There you go. Ding,
Am
ding,
I right?
ding. I'm glad they addressed the issue with her using her phone and texting and being totally disrespectful during meetings. I'm glad that came up. But again, she was just rummaging through her bag and just not paying attention. I'm not sure what's going on with her, but I just think that's just totally disrespectful to not have your full attention.
Yeah, they got their hands full with Pamela, so I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And then we're into. I mean, this is always the high point of the meetings, Anthony. I can't wait to hear this. Is the payment of bills. That's one of the more exciting agenda items that come up.
Yeah, I'm usually gone by then.
This is the final meeting. You're usually there, and you have an escort now. You need some protection to get out to your car, I think, don't you?
That only happened one time, but now my family is safe.
Okay. Okay. My family's safe too. Okay. So let's end this week's show with a big discussion. I'm still working on that. I hope my family's safe. I know I'm going to have to find out what he did to secure his family and duplicate it here.
I think they're wearing those glasses with the big mustache.
All right, a little. Okay. Thursday night, Anthony, I can't tell you how disappointed I am that you're heading for Florida and you're going to miss the big Lower Paxton Town Hall meeting number 2.
I know you're joking,
anyways,
but I'm serious. I wish I was going to be there for it. I really do. And I hope you have a great turnout.
I hope so too. We're going to have 50 seats, and I think we can get more people in than that. This is going to be Thursday night, the 20th, 7:00. It's at the old brick fire hall in Linglestown, the western end of the town. And we're going to be in what they call the schoolhouse room, which I believe is a room in the front of the building. And so the fine people that work at Linglestown Historic Venue did this first time give us the room for free.
That's
so they've been very, very cooperative in that. Yep. And the panel discussion is going to focus on economic development because honestly, economic development, it's really a fuzzy term in terms of what it is and what it isn't. And some people have some issues, especially on the conservative side of things, there's some people that are adamant that the government not meddle or get involved with anything related with business. But economic development, there are programs, tax related programs and various things where government can make it easier for companies to come in and get started. Also, like with the township, zoning issues come up, and sometimes those need to be adjusted to help companies come in. So government does have a role, whether you like it or not, to get a bad taste in people's mouth. I know it's happened in Harrisburg, where they give a chunk of money to a company to build a building or whatever, and it never really gets off the ground, and that money just never gets used properly. And I don't envision that kind of stuff happening in Lower Paxton.
I think what I'd be curious to hear is Tom Verneau and how they did things over in Lower Allen.
Right. Yeah, Tom Verneau, who was the Lower Allen Township manager for many years, and at the back end of his time there, I would say, based on what I know, spearheaded the redevelopment of the Bonton property, which is right across Route 15 from Capital City Mall. We'll be hearing about Tom's story and also some of the more practical things as far as getting stuff done. And here's what I'm referring to, Anthony. I'm sure you heard the State of the Township, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But the State of the Township address or report that Michael Gossard, our township manager, gave last week, and he sort of poo-pooed the idea of hiring a economic development director. And what we'd like to do as a first step, at least, is to put together an economic development committee. And my question is, and what I want to hear Tom talk about is, I mean, it's okay to have a committee, and they would probably come up with some projects or things we want to get involved with, the mall being one of them for sure. But once they make a decision, once they point the township in a certain direction, who's going to actually do the grunt work or the work to get that stuff done? I mean, I think our township employees already have enough to do. They're going to need someone to do that work. And yeah, I understand the concern about not.
Yeah, I understand that there was at one point a budget. There was money in the budget for the economic development manager. And that money then was, that line item was zeroed out. Not sure where that money went to. But
well, they said last week it went into savings, or just on they didn't spend it. They didn't put it elsewhere.
I think Michael Gossard did a tremendous job laying out the state of the township. Okay, I want to say that he did a great job. He's a good guy. He's a great manager. The guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. He's very detailed. There's no doubt about it. But I do disagree with him on a couple points as far as the economic development manager goes. I mean, unless he can explain it more as to why he thinks a committee's better than an employee. He did lay out his one reason being that the amount of money that manager would have to sell to cover their salary. But those numbers kind of didn't add up for me. But I'm open to suggestions and hear more about what he has to say. But committees are fine, but what's gonna what happens? So.
I sent him an email because I understand the concern of I think he was telling us that with the economic development director and a budget to do stuff may cost $300,000, and that if you bring him on board as an employee, that happens year after year after year unless you shut down the program. I think it might be worthwhile taking a look at, once an economic development committee gets some projects that they want the township to pursue, to bring in an independent contractor, a specialist in economic development, and charge that person with doing specific measurable things that would help move whatever the project may be that the committee comes up with. Or you can hire a consulting firm that would have, again, specific things, not just an open-ended, you come up with whatever it is. That may be a way to control your costs if you can find the right people to bring in. So there's definitely going to be some discussion on that, because the committee the committee members are going to have some good experience, business experience, maybe some direct economic development experience, but they're not going to flesh this out. Someone else is going to have to do the legwork, and that's where I think the rubber meets the road on that.
Sure.
So we're going to sort through all of that on Thursday night. Also on the panel in person, it looks like it's going to happen, is Jeff Clare, who has decades of experience in the economic development world, and at one point was Lower Paxton Township's economic development director. And in Jeff's defense, he never really got a bunch of support from our manager at the time, I don't believe. It just wasn't a hot item. But he has a lot. He's still concerned about Lower Paxton. He's still working in the background to try and make things. He's an excellent guest. And what I have to do tonight, Anthony, is get my questions together for Laura Kurtz, who was last year was an interim chairperson for the board and works day by day with municipalities on economic development issues. I think mainly she helps the municipalities, I believe, float bonds to do projects, money.
Yeah.
But she has a lot of experience working on operating very much here. So that's Thursday night. Now, the other thing, Anthony, we have bonuses just for showing up. You may win tickets to the August 26th Harrisburg Senators game.
Wow.
So we're going to be giving away tickets sort of as an incentive to show up, split things up a little bit.
Who are they playing?
Yeah, and we're going to be sitting in the oddly cheap seats.
Makes sense.
They're playing the Bo Sox. It's the team from Bowie.
Bowie Bo Sox.
Bay Sox. Bay Sox.
Bay Sox. Bowie, Maryland.
Have you ever been to Bay Sox? Chesapeake Bay. Bay Sox.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, have you ever been to Bowie?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been? What is in Bowie? Anything?
Bowie, Maryland. It's a crappy town. No, it is.
Okay.
It's the ghetto.
It is a crappy town.
It is. It's
oh my gosh.
Horrible. Yeah.
I may have to check that out sometime and see if you're giving us good information.
I'm giving
All right,
you accurate
let's wrap
information.
things up with. Okay. Yeah, well, I think you are, because you are the top co-host in Pennsylvania here. Simply the best.
I'll drink.
And
to
you're
that.
my hero. So all those. I never had a hero until I met you, Anthony.
Well,
But now we
happy
talked a
I
little.
could be there for you.
Let's react. Let's react a little bit. The state of the township address by Michael Gossert was at least an hour long, and it was like he took a fire hose and opened it up with all the information he was sharing. So did you have any other things that you heard that you want to react to? Now I'm going to be doing a deeper dive into this, but just in terms of initial reaction to what you heard, anything else you want to mention?
No, you know what? To be honest with you, I didn't have a chance since that meeting to go back and look through the slideshow. I've been busy with up at the site, and then when I'm not up at the site, I really haven't had much energy after the procedure I had done, and I've just been beat.
Yeah.
So maybe when I'm sitting on
We'll
the beach in
give you a pass
Florida,
on that.
yeah, when I'm sitting on the beach in Florida drinking
Oh.
tequila, I'll do that.
Well, I tell you what, Anthony, please don't do that. Enjoy yourself. Forget about Lower Paxton Township and all that kind of stuff. Just have a good time down there.
All
And you
right.
know what? I've figured out, Anthony, that I love going outdoors.
I know you
It's
do.
much safer than going out it's much safer than going out windows.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. You
well,
should
I
tell
want
that
to
joke
I want to
tomorrow
react to
morning
one
at
thing from
coffee.
the state. Okay, I'll try to remember. I have a whole book of them, so you guys are going to have to suffer with me with these dumb, stupid jokes. But anyways, the one thing that caught my attention was the projected growth in population that was discussed.
Yeah.
Now we're at 55,000 now. and we're projected to go to what, 70,000 in 10 or 15
In
years, something like
10
that.
years, yeah. Yeah, that's a big growth, but that's a lot.
Yeah, and one of the things that we, the people, have an opportunity about every 10 years or so. The township pulls out of off a shelf what's called the comprehensive plan. They blow the dust off of it and they say, okay, we're going to go through this plan, which sort of projects what's happening, where we're headed as a township, and we're going to review it, update it, bring it up to speed. And I think we really have to do. Is that really where we want to go? Have that much growth in our population? Because we're already at a point now where the schools are overtaxed right now. Before we have any new development, we're already seeing signs that our infrastructure, specifically some of the key roads in the township that back in the day were country roads, are having a hard time managing traffic. What's going to happen when we add another, like 15,000 people to the mix or more?
Number one, the
Because there
schools
was, like,
need to do
what,
a better
over
job. The schools need to do a better job at communicating with the township and vice versa. They need to work
Yeah.
together better. And, now we're projecting 10 years out where our growth would be. Now's a good time to start working with the schools on this, both ways.
Well, all I can tell you is that myself and Bill Miller has brought this up a few times at meetings about having everyone involved, municipalities, the 7 municipalities, Lower Paxton Township by far being the biggest one, and the school board, school administration getting together. There is some workings behind the scenes to try and actually have that happen, and maybe as early as September. So some concerned citizens are working on that, Anthony. So I just wanted to let you know that, to try and get them together. Yeah, and people are already talking and being fearful about tax hikes. And there may be some tax hikes along the way, but the thing I want to throw out there to sort of put a calming effect a little bit on it is that if the population grows that much, tax revenue is going to go up right along with it. So no matter whether they can keep the expense load for the township within that revenue, we're going to get more over time in terms of earned income taxes, of course, more property tax money. The revenue goes up with the population is what I'm saying. So it's not guaranteed that we're going to have massive tax hikes. I think if there's going to be big tax hikes, it's going to be in the school tax, not the township tax. It may go up, but you're going to see the biggest increases in the school tax potentially.
Well, we do have some
Does that make sense
shortfalls
to
in
you?
that. We have some shortfalls in that budget, in the what he laid out.
Township budget.
The township
Yes.
budget. So there are some shortfalls.
The pension, it was like the police pension and police health plan. When they retire, they get health benefits or something like that.
Right. And, they want to hire how many more firemen and some assistants and
More police, more police.
Yeah. So taxes are going to go up. Okay. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Right. But you know as well as I do, when you look at your tax, we get taxed by the county, by the school, and by the municipality. Which one's biggest?
The school.
School taxes that's where we're going to get hit potentially, because we're at a point now where they may have to build at some point as new people come in. So let's take a look at go down the comments, and we'll say goodnight after that.
67% of your total
I did
real
have on
estate
Linglestown
tax.
Gazette. Bill Minsker's mentioning about
Eric Kessler put a comment on
goes
that.
directly to the school district. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Minsker mentioned we had a new look at the in the Linglestown Square. You had mentioned what the red tape was about.
Yeah. AJ
That was
Smith was
the
taking that
tree
tree down.
next to Accident. Yeah. The square is going to look a lot better without that big tree. It just didn't fit. It was too tall and it was too old. I mean,
If
half
you wanna
the
see that-
branches were already hacked off of it.
If anybody wants to see that tree, it'll be laying up at my dump site tomorrow.
Yeah, you can actually go up and grab a branch, take it home, and mourn over it if you're a tree hugger.
Not for free. We charge per
Oh, really?
branch.
Oh,
Yeah.
so if I want to go up and get a branch to remember that tree, I can't do it. I got to pay you.
Bill, I'm running a business. Okay, we got bills to pay. No, AJ
I shed some
Smith,
tear.
Smith Family Sawmill is one of my customers, and he'll be dumping up there tomorrow. And he pays to dump it, but once that
Ah.
tree's on my property, that's my tree now.
You are tough. You're one tough guy. Okay. It looks like I'm sorry for these technical issues tonight, folks. I have no control over it. What we should I don't know what to do, Anthony. Do I call up Verizon and say, what's the deal? What's going on here?
Yeah, you have horrible signal in there. You need a Wi-Fi booster. You need something.
No, I have my internet is directly hooked into my computer. I'm not using Wi-Fi.
Well,
maybe I have to reboot my router.
I don't know. Something's wrong.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Hopefully, we'll get this thing fixed by next week. I want to thank each and every one of you who showed up for this Dog and Pony show that we call Linglestown Gazette Live. We're brought to you by Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living. Anthony, as always, a fine job co-hosting. Congratulations on being simply the best. And we all knew that all along. So
thank you.
We'll see you all next Monday for our next edition of Linglestown Gazette Live. Have a great week. See you tomorrow. Take care. Good night.